Very good morning to all. Welcome to my channel Java Ki Pathshala. In this today's video, I'm going to explain about enter try catch exception control. Enter try catch block exception block. Then going to our subject. Uh, this is a try block. Explain if you want to more knowledge. Then if you're new learner and you don't know about try catch, go to my next video. Go to the previous video. I uploaded many more video about try catch. There is two videos. Go and see the try catch. What's try what is catch? You got a more clarity about that. This is a try block, and this is a catch block with some exception. Suppose exception contains some exception like anything you take. This is a simple try catch block. This is a simple try catch block. What is mean by inner try catch? In the try there is another try block and another catch block. This is called inner try block. Here in try block, if you have a one try block and another catch block present is an exception. This is called it is an exception. It contains an exception E. Suppose any exception. There is no mandatory except exception. So this is called inner try and inner catch. Then I have to give some diagrammatical form. So you have got some clarity what is try what is catch. Okay, I copied this, open my pen brush, and here is yes, yes. And see, see, uh, this is this try is called outer try. This try uh, this try is called outer try. Okay, this try and this catch called outer catch block, try catch, and in there this is called this is called uh, inner try. This is called inner try and catch. This is called inner try and catch. Inner try catch. Simple word. In the try, there's any try block a catch block found. This is called try. Uh, this is called try. Try inner try and catch block. Okay. This is outer try. This is outer catch. This the scope is here to here. This tribe of scope is this flowers to this flowers. Inside this try block there is another try block and catch block. This is called inner try, and those are present outside of the inner try. This is called outer try. Try and catch. Okay, I think you got a clarity about that. Okay. Um, then go to the concept of inner try catch block. Basically, the exception rise in try catch. Uh, try in The exception rise in inner try catched by inner catch. If there is any exception in try block here, then the inner catch block catch, and the statement are placed after inner try catch block are executed. The statement are, the statement are placed after inner try catch, and those statements are executed. Suppose in here, suppose I write system dot out of printer some statement, right? So dummy statement, suppose hi. If this try block exception rise and it matched exception matched with inner catch block, inner catch block. So it is catch and print as well as it print also outside statement of catch block, inner catch block. Okay, it print outside statement of after try and catch block executed. And second point is, if inner catch parameter is not matched execution, suppose inner try, this is inner try, there is a contains of exception here, an exception man doesn't match with inner catch block, then control go to the outer catch block and execute the match and execute the statement. Okay, and outer catch and the statement place after the outer catch and try are executed. That means the try block contains the exception not matched with inner try. Control right come to the outer catch and execute, and the statement present after the outer catch block is printed. Okay, if the catch block also inner catch block outer catch block doesn't match, didn't match, that exception propagate to JVM and the program executed abnormal termination. Okay, abnormal termination. This is the basic, this is the basic concept. Okay, then go to I think it's time to go to practical thing to see and gain some more knowledge. Those are the theoretical concepts, and see the practical get into more clarity about the topic, what is the basic, and by implementing those basic you can get more clarity. Then go the practical. Yes, see, I have created a sample program for you. I have created a class for inert demo. In the main method I have write some statement like system the output on 10, and in the main method I created try block. The try block here, it is a try block, and in the try block scope is this flavors to this flavors. In the try block print system in try, and there in the try I have another try block. It is called inner try. I write it inner try, and I have there is an inner cache. This is inner cache I declare write something inner cache, and after the cache block inner try I write some message. Suppose after try catch and the try scope is over, and this is outer cache I created, and write something here, and after this is the outer try catch. This is all about the program. Simple program, there is no exception, and I try to compile. See there compile and try to execute. See the output. What is the execute? What is the output? He got 10, then inner try, inner outer try, then inner try. Okay, there is no exception. Right, control move to this place to this place. After the statement of the present, after the inner catch block, print after inner inner try catch. Then there is no exception in inner try or outer try also. And control tag move to the after outer try catch. Okay, this is the first test cases. This is the first test case. If there is no exception, move to our next concept. Suppose think there is an exception rise in the statement, first statement, system document here. Then what is happening? If it is the exception rise this statement, there is no place, the statement doesn't placed by any try block, then what is happening, it is compiled, but it's so an exception, arithmetic exception and program terminate abnormal because it is doesn't place with any try block. See, and to compile, there is compile and execute. See, there is an exception called arithmetic exception, java.lang arithmetic exception. Why? By zero and inert statement number 3. So if you place without try block get exception and the program terminate abnormal. This is first test. This is first test. This. Okay. This is our first test. See, I think you've got a clarity. Going moving to our next next case. Suppose I have demo. I have just demo too. and the exception rise in the outer try. In the outer try here, same program, but I do some changes. Like in the try block, I the try block I have created exception like 10 by 0 is something called argument exception. And what is the control flow? Simple control come to try block, it print outer try, and he got an exception. He got an exception. He got an exception in the outer tray. He got an exception in outer tray, and it directly search doesn't go to the inner tray or inner cache, directly move to the outer tray. Here to move outer tray, searching any matched parameter found or not. It is arithmetic expression, it found a match parameter arithmetic exception and the print outer try catch. In outer try catch and print also print after the statement after outer try catch. Because if the you have get exception in inner outer try, then it is the catch outer catch also catch the exception, not inner catch. Okay, I try to compile and you will see the output. What output? As I said, outer try, inner outer catch, after outer try catch. This is how the process executes. This is how the process executes. This is a process in which it is executed. The outer catch have the outer try is created exception, then outer catch is the exception, not inner catch. Okay. This is how the execution process. Then move to our third test cases. See, same example. In the try have in a try block. Suppose this time the exception rise in the inner try, and what is the control flow? Basically, previous to as like this executed. If the inner try block I got exception, then first go to the inner catch block and searching the matching parameter found or not. In this case, first it is print try block, go to the outer try and print in the outer try. After the execution, this control come to the inner try and print inner try. In this place, he got the exception 10 by 0. This is called arithmetic exception. Is searching any arithmetic exception present in the inner block or not. Searching and it found matched in the catch block and it print in inner catch block. Then after the statement executed, control come to the outer outer the catch block, inner catch block, and print the statement present in the outer catch block. So after the inner catch block, inner in after in try catch, and control come to here, control come to the here, and print after outer catch and try. This is not print. This catch block not print because it is inner catch block and inner catch block doesn't contain any exception. So I have to compile it. Compile. So see the output. What is the output? First outer try, then inner try, then searching exception rise here, and I'll go to the ultimate exception inner catch block, print inner catch, there is inner catch. After that, go to the statement after inner try catch, after the statement present, after the inner catch block here, and there is no exception in outer catch, so control come to the here and print the after outer catch try catch. This is how the process executed control working. Okay, I think you've got a clarity. Now to next slide, I have same cases. Suppose this time exception rise in same inner try block, and the exception doesn't match with inner catch block. The exception doesn't match with inner catch block, and it is matched with the outer catch block. You know how the execution process. First, control come to the inner outer try, it print the in outer try, and control come to inner try and print the message in inner try, and in this place we got exception, and then control go to the searching the current inner catch block and is found the inner catch block not found, and control searching in outer cache block. In outer search block, is found the exception matched. Then control come to here to outer cache block and print in outer. And after that, it prints the outer cache try cache statement. That means if the inner cache block doesn't match with the action rise in the inner try block, then it go to the searching in outer cache block. In the outer cache block found, it print and the after the statement present after the cache block, it print. Okay. Then what is the execution process in outer try, in inner try, in outer cache, after outer cache, compile and execute C output, like inner out, in outer try, in outer try, in inner try, in outer cache, in outer cache, and after try cache. That means if the cache block not match inner block, and the statement that are present after the inner cache doesn't print. Okay, doesn't print. What a clarity about this. Okay, then go to the next final thing. If the same program, if the try block inner try creates an exception, the inner block doesn't match, and also the outer cache block doesn't match. What is happening? You have given that if the inner try block created exception, the outer and inner cache block doesn't get same parameter like exception. Then um, it go control go to JDS propagately. JVM, that exception is propagated to JVM to JDH, and the execution terminated abnormally. The execution terminated abnormally. See, print in outer try, in inner try, and this is exception. There is no match. And control go to JDH, store the exception, and the program execute terminated abnormally. See, I compile and execute it. See, in outer try, inner try, exception is rise, arithmetic exception, and program terminal abnormality. This is how it is executed. See the remember this point. If the outer statement is have exception, outer try block have contains exception. It doesn't go to the inner block. It go to the outer catch block and print the statement those are present in catch block, and also print the statement those are present after the catch block statement, not block statement. Okay. The second case, if the exception rise in inner try block and catch block matched, then control go to the first print outer catch block, then inner catch block, in first print control try block. Sorry. Then control go to the first print outer try, then control go to the inner try, and there is exception. Then control go to the inner catch block and print the statement, and those statement present in after the catch block, those statement print and control directly come the outer try, because they doesn't execute the outer try, but they execute the statement that are present outer the catch block, print the statement. And third thing is that if the inner try block create exception, but inner catch block doesn't match, but outer catch block match, then control directly go to the outer cache block and print the statement, and those statements present after the cache block, those statements also print. And last one is if the inner try block arises exception, both inner and outer exception cache block doesn't match. That means the exception go to the propagate to JV and it's to the JDS and program execute abnormally. This is the process of execution of inner try and cache block. Try and get some exception, some tests. I think you got a clarity. If you want to more knowledge about this try test, you have to watch my next video. Okay. Thank you for watching audio. Like, subscribe my channel.